Isn't it supposed to be dark? So I drove him around while he was nursing his broken heart. I really don't know why we're discussing my sad stories right now. Eyes on the happy couple. Oh, it wasn't so sad so much as cute though. But it's true that you and Mr. Baelish should be in the spotlight, Miss Lua. Or just in the light. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the switch. Ow. Whoops, my apologies, Mr. Gala. You're literally solid like a wall. I'll take that as a compliment. Here we go. Oh, look at them. Look at them. So cute. Lua was wearing Bailey's tuxedo, I assume. And there's Hyde in his formal wear. Gala's combing his hair, I see. Oh, that's so cute. You'll find your way to the seat, I'm impressed. We've been here often enough that we know the place like the back of our hand. That's what it means to have regulars, Rootbeer. So it does. Now, shall we get this celebration started? Please, I'm so excited. That's adrenaline for you. Hang on to that feeling. You call it adrenaline, I call it deep, passionate, irresistible fascination for her husband. Hey, don't get too cocky, Mr. Miller. Miller? Oh, are you taking Lua's last name, Bailey's? No, we're keeping our last names. But I'll be Mr. Miller if it pleases Mrs. Miller. Anything to make you happy. 1, 2, 3. Simp! Oh, you always make me melt. Disgusting, he said, wiping off his tears. How many times must I tell you? It was the City Hall flowers. They make my allergies flare up. Sure, let's go with that. This would be the perfect time for some drinks. I wouldn't say no to something hot for sure. And to something sweet. To something decadent and chocolatey. But let's keep it fresh. There's enough sweetness here to give me a sugar rush. So, in summary, sweet and chocolatey, but with some freshness to it. Please, root beer. What? Chocolate, honey, mint? Oh, look at the ring. Oh, I got it right. Hell yeah. This is inspired by a sweet evening treat. Hopefully, the drink is to your liking. I loved it. It's very unique and festive. Very comforting. Exactly what I had in mind. It's fine. High praise for Hyde. You know it. It tastes a bit British. Have you ever been on the side of the pond, Rootbeer? I did a bit of traveling in my day. Maybe we ran into each other in the past. Maybe we did. Passing each other like two ships in the night, before meeting at the mooring. That's very lyrical. I blame the mood on you too. All I know about the UK is that British werewolf guy I once met. He went absolutely wild during Fury, but even then, he would beg the walls pardon after putting his fist through it. Sounds about right, and I imagine you two became great friends. Nah, you know, rude vampires are much more my type. Ooh, hey. Actually, no, I'm not offended. Rude vampire and proud of it. That would look great on a t-shirt. Awesome idea. I'll consider that for a Christmas gift. Right, I guess we should raise a toast. Does anyone want to make a speech? Someone? Rootbeer maybe? I don't think I'm the right person to give speeches. You know what? That's another introvert nightmare. Speech! No, I cannot. Thank you for your hard work and let's go on. That's all I can say with speeches. I'm bad at giving impromptu speeches. You definitely are. Yes, if you want to, we'd love to hear you. In that case, thank you for choosing to come to this cafe, Miss Lua, Mr. Baileys, and thank you for making us feel a true part of your lives. You're here. You'll always be a part of our lives now, Rootbeer. Absolutely. Short and to the point, good speech. Your turn, Hyde. Really? Well, fine. Thank you, Lua and Baileys, for entertaining me and making me consider a counseling career, however briefly. You're a good bunch. That means a lot, Hyde. You've been a very good friend to us. Don't think we're forgetting about you, Gala. Speech time. Right. I don't know you as well as Rootbeer, guys, but I haven't helped you nearly as much as Hyde did. But despite that, you've made me feel welcome. You've immediately made me feel part of your family. May this warmth that you show others always reflect as joy in the family you're starting today. Oh, Gala. Thanks, man, really. To the happy couple. To the happy couple. To the happy couple. Are your allergies troubling you again, Mr. Hyde? Rootbeer, my dear Rootbeer. Never think that you're out of my reach of my retribution. Oh, I do apologize that we only serve soft drinks here. Some bubbles would have befitted the occasion. Don't worry about it. As far as I'm concerned, it suits me just fine. Yeah, we're not really drinking booze these days. Oh? Speaking of starting a family, just in case, you know. Oh, are you expecting? That's so great. Oh. And I'm avoiding it in solidarity. That's nice, you guys. Rooting for you. Thanks, Gala. Just imagine little purple elves with horns running around everywhere. And thanks, I think, Hyde. I aim to please. Personally, I'm fine with soft drink as well. Never liked the stronger stuff. It's not lying, I never saw him touch it. Is there any specific reason why not? I just don't like the taste. Never got used to it, and never particularly tried to. People assume I like to drink, especially since I'm a big burly dude, I guess. But nope. Assumptions like that are annoying to me. I like that you look at it just as a taste. I like that you look at it just as a taste among others, Gala. Sometimes I want to taste wine, and sometimes I just want tomato juice. Definitely, booze just became this big social thing. But I, for one, wish there were a better range of soft drinks. I went to a very expensive restaurant a while ago. They had a soft drink pairing option. They imported some alcohol-free Vermouth, homemade from fruit juice. It all tasted really nice and unique. But then they also had edible robots. Robots? And they made a miniature forest out of a vegetable and dark chocolate. Wow, when did you go to a place like that? A while ago with my family, back when we were still in touch. Babe, it's okay, sweetie. Well, I make a mean cocktail. There's a hard version and a soft version. In the hard version, I use vodka. In the soft version, I don't use vodka. Fair enough. What else goes into it? A little bit of basil, some lemon juice, a pinch of salt, tonic water. That sounds like something I would enjoy. Tonic water is absolutely awful. Wait for it. And of course, a big dollop of fresh blood. Here it comes. O-type, preferably, universal donors and all that. Yuck. I think this is a joke. Hope this is a joke. And this is why he never gets invited to parties. What do you mean? I'm invited to all the parties. Thank you so much for being with us, the three of you. Thank you for having us. It was fun to meet your friends from work, Baileys, and your sister, Sula. She got a very strong character, I respect that. She's impossible, you mean. But I love her to bits. Yeah, she took a while to warm up to me at first. Oh, just a year or 3. She probably wanted to make sure you were right for her baby sister. Yes, that was definitely the reason why. She always thinks of me as some sort of softie that she needs to protect. Well, I mean, compared to her, Gala is a softie. I'd say Gala is a softie compared to many people. Fair enough. But yes, I think she could take him when he's under fury. If Rootbeer ever moves out and I'm out of my specialty, I can ask for your sister's number, I guess. You would have to hurry, or you'll have to step over. Your primary school friend, Baileys. Marco? I thought I'd caught him staring at her. I bet they didn't leave it at staring. The two witnesses, delightfully cliché, isn't it? You seem to be enjoying the gossip very much, Mr. Hyde. Of course I do. That's how I take my best pictures. Oh! Longing glances, touches filled with pent-up desire. Scorn dissimulated in a smirk. Hopefully, you've captured some picture of your lovebirds too. Ah, yes, I really can't wait to see them. Well, that's the downside of film. I know. But it will be worth it, so I'm happy to be patient. Good girl. In that case, I have a little reward for you. A perfect shot. Oh, look at them. I'm so happy for these fictional characters. Oh, look at this, babe. This is amazing. What a beautifully captured moment, Mr. Hyde. Yes, truly. Thank you again for doing this, Hyde. Don't mention it. I had an alright time doing it. You can keep this if you want. It's just a Polaroid, but no, it's absolutely lovely. It looks so friendly and warm. Like the wedding we always really wanted to have. Yes, once we shifted through the superfluous details, I love that you guys figured that out in the end. And I love this picture. Do you only have the one, Mr. Hyde? Why, Rootbeer, you wanted to frame it and hang it on your wall? Actually, yes, something like that. Good thing I saw it coming. If our newlyweds don't object, I have almost the exact same one here for you. No objections whatsoever. Yeah, I'd love that. It would mean a lot to have a little memory of this day hanging around here. Thank you so much. No, thank you. Yes, Rootbeer, I'm not sure where we'd be without you. So I take it you have to decide to embrace photography, Mr. Hyde? It would seem so. Come on, tell them. Tell us what? Nothing's been confirmed yet. They're certainly not going back on it, and you aren't either, right? Of course not. Well then. Just tell them the story. It's obvious you're dying to. Don't have to ask me twice. Hyde has already agreed to shoot another wedding. They're a really sweet couple who's been coming to visit their kid at the hospital. Little Rose has been sick for a while. Doctors think she's going to get better eventually, but no one knows exactly when. So, her parents have decided to get married in her room with her around. That's a lovely idea. I bet little Rose is thrilled. She is. An entire party next to her bed, can you imagine? Anyhow, they got to chatting with Hyde. And just like that, he promised to take their photos pro bono. That's very good for you, Mr. Hyde. It's nothing, I could use the experience, so that I can milk my modeling ex-college for their wedding pictures. Sounds like a good social redistribution to me, right? So does that mean you're sticking around Seattle for good, Hyde? I've got the house and I've got the job. And I've got my own pocket werewolves. Aww. So it sounds like I'll be staying here a little while. That's great to hear. How's the house coming along? Taking ages, but it will look good when it's finished. I'm having it redone from scratch, so it's a process. But as a vampire, my needs are a little particular. Fair enough. I think it's normal to be particular when it comes to your dream home, you know? What would a dream house look like for the two of you? We're not sure yet, but we're not repeating the same mistakes. No endless Tomodachi scrolling to look at other people's homes, and no overspending or feeling inadequate on my side. My love, it's alright. I'm glad we talked it all through. Lua made me realize that it's fine if I don't earn as much as she does, and if my family doesn't contribute anything. In fact, Lua's mom told me the same during the wedding. I didn't know you'd talk about it. Don't worry, it went really well. She said what mattered to her is that I make her daughter happy, which is good because that's what mattered to me too. And a happy Lua is a Lua who powers through her job. Yeah, I really can't consider slowing down my career. Well, maybe a little. Yeah, when the time comes, but the thing is, I don't mind slowing down my career. I've always been the one bringing up the kids topic. It's not that I don't want them, but I was afraid of what it will do to my work. That makes sense. Women are always expected to do more when it comes to child rearing. Well, not in our couple. We've decided that when we have kids, I'll be the stay-at-home dad. I'll still do some freelance work if and when I have time. Not so much for the money as to keep my brain working. But I'll be taking care of the little ones and of our place. You know, I keep thinking how happy I am that I met you and married you. Not many men would have wanted that. You'd be surprised. Times are changing and so on. Times are making more room for people to follow their wishes. I've known many men would have rather stay at home with their children than go to work every day and almost never see them. You two just complement each other well. I think so too. Mr. Miller? Mrs. Oh no, using my family name on you feels wrong. Huh? They would throw a fit if they heard you do that. They absolutely would. It's almost tempting, but none of that matters much anyway. As long as we're still Lua and Baileys. As long as we're still Lua and Baileys. There's a notification. Excuse me. Are we finished with Lua and Bailey? Oh, is this a story? What is it? I don't know what it is, but I will like it nonetheless. Oh, excuse me. It sounds like Hyde has found a new way forward. He has, yeah. I'm really happy about that. When I first met him, I thought he was a bit mysterious. And honestly, a bit of a jerk. But he's real quite fragile, isn't he? There's nothing more solid and more fragile than an immortal. Yeah, nothing screws with your head quite as much as having unlimited time. Even elves with their only longish lives have issues. I can imagine. Werewolves are somewhere between elves and human. And we also struggle with that stuff. I guess the bottom line is, everyone gets bored and confused once in a while, right? And the longer you live, the more once in a whiles you get. That makes sense to me. I will say though, I'm mighty happy that he's sticking around. For all that he can be a difficult one. He also makes life a lot more interesting. And we just really get each other after all this time. You two know what I mean? Yes, we really do. At this point, even when we need to take a bit of a timeout, we can trust that we'll always find our way back to each other. That's right. You know, he's got a way of finding good people. Hyde, I mean. He liked root beer from the start. Not that I've ever disagreed, but he just really got you right away. He has been very kind to me and perceptive about me as well. And I'm glad he befriended you too. This chat right now is really good. You're right too, Gala. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you. Right back at ya. Listen to that. It's pouring rain again. Brr. It'd be really cold if I didn't have your jacket by. But are you okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. I always worry about you. And I guess that's kind of my job now. Only if I get to worry about you too. You guys are cute. But you know what's even better than worrying about each other? Not worrying about each other. Point taken. Rainy weddings are meant to be good luck anyways. I've always wondered where that came from. It sounds like lip service for the happy couple. To avoid a meltdown if it rains, which must happen often enough. Really? So you don't know? Don't know what? Maybe it's just a thing among elves. Have you heard of it, Rootbeer? Are you referring to the goddess Tears legend? That's the one. Never heard of it. It's actually a whole epic in medieval elven poetry, but I can give you the short version. Go on, I'm very curious. Alrighty then. A long time ago lived a powerful goddess. That goddess had many children, but of all her children, one she liked the best. They were the shyest and the quietest. When their siblings screamed for attention, they sat aside and played with clouds. When their siblings tormented each other, they silently looked at the stars. When their siblings ran away from the rain, they waited and watched the rain fall. The goddess thought, even if all my children desert me, this one will always be by my side. They are kind and gentle. They will love me and take care of me. She thought of the days ahead and smiled. But one day, as the young godling sat on the edge of the cloud, pondering the world, a gust of wind blew on them, and they lost their balance. Oh no, don't worry, it's not a sad story. Alright then. Carried by the wind, they floated down to the ground, and immediately they were astonished. There are so many things around them that they'd never seen before. They were both delighted and lost, and they stood rooted in place for many human eras, until a human found them there. Shall we call the godling Aeon and the human Ray, just for clarity? That's gonna help me for sure, I got lost without names. Alright, Aeon and Ray it is. Ray walked up to Aeon and, finding them stunned, guided them forward. They took them to their village and showed them how they lived their life. As they passed by, Aeon started talking to Ray. They discussed stars and planets, clouds and suns. They talk of harvests and of young children, of famines and old men. They talk of time and of eternity, and as they looked into each other's eyes, they found both of the briefest of moments and the longest era in there. That's how they both knew they were in love. They decided to get married, but both of them wanted the assent of their family. Ray got it without any trouble. Their family were quite fond of Aeon by then. But when Aeon went to see their mother, the goddess, that old hag, give her a chance, my love, she improves. But yeah, at first she wasn't thrilled. In fact, she was outraged that her favorite child should be taken away from her. That reminds me of someone. I promise you, she's a lot better than my mother. Anyway, she got really angry and she told Aeon, get married if you wish, but if you do get married, then you shall wither and die just like your fiancé. Yuck. And to nobody's surprise at this point, Aeon said, I'm alright with that. What's eternity if I can't have Ray by my side? Down to get married they went. For many hours, the goddess was angry and shouted. Then for many more hours, she was despondent and sulked. Then finally, she turned an eye onto the ground to look at Aeon and Ray. They were in the field where Ray had first found Aeon. They wore garlands of flowers, and they were surrounded with people they loved. And for the first time, Aeon wasn't quiet at all. They were singing and dancing, their eyes sparkling, their hair floating on the wind, and the goddess saw that for the first time in an eternity, their child was happy. She regretted her bitter words then. But a goddess' words, once spoken, isn't easily broken. In sadness for her child's mortal days, she started crying. And one by one her tears hit the earth in a thick cloud of rain. But instead of running from it, Aeon and Ray danced with it. And so the goddess said, "For each tear of mine that falls into you, may you live another year. And even as your hair turns gray and your skin turns parched, may the years see you both dancing and singing, still in love with each other." And according to elves, that's how we came to be. But I think that's a bit far-fetched. My love, are you tearing up? It's nothing. You're just really beautiful sometimes. Sometimes? You're a born legend teller, Mr. Bayliss. That was an astonishing rendition of that story. Yeah, that was epic. I'm not gonna look at Rain the same way now. It's just a silly legend. It's not silly at all. And you're right, the goddess is a lot better than your mother. Haha, told you. My history with Rain is a lot simpler. I just really love it when it rains outside and you're all warm indoors. Yeah, that's a very cozy feeling. My bedroom, when I was a little girl, was on the top floor, so I could hear the rain fall at night when I was in my bed. It was great. I wish we lived in a world where everyone had that. A place to be safe while the rain falls outside. For sure. Ah, look, here's at least another someone who's safe from the rain right now. That's a very wet little guy. Poor Gala, did he just shake rain all over you? He did a little, but that's fine. He's a cute one. What's he doing here though? Is he your cat, Rootbeer? No, but he's been around a couple of times. I do remember seeing him a week or so ago. He's not any friendlier than he was then. Although he's not especially aggressive either. Maybe he's adopting this place. Wouldn't be the first. That's pretty much how you got Hyde too. Now that's an apt comparison. It seems that he might be looking for something, or someone. If that's the case, he hasn't found them yet. He came by another time a few days ago and was actually quite helpful, but he didn't look settled then either. And there he goes, very mysterious. What did I miss? A cat, apparently. Ah yes, I saw it go. What was that about? We're not entirely sure. He has come by a handful of times, but he doesn't seem to stay very long or ask for anything. I was saying that he might be looking for someone. Ah, perhaps he is. In many traditions, cats are depicted as having special foresight, messengers between worlds, so to speak. He may know something that we don't, or see something we cannot see. That's just what they want you to believe. Looking mysterious to get food and cuddles. I was saying that reminds me of someone actually. Oh, do you want to cuddle? No comment. Anyhow, what was that call about? That was the interior designer about the house. For some reason, he needed to know the exact size of my turntable, as well as whether I wanted walnut or oak floors. I just want floors I can walk on. That's surprising. I thought you'd be more particular about decoration, right? I am particular, in the sense that I want to look good. But he's got no clue what to do to get there. I mean, you've seen his car. It's not, big design trends. That car served me right, thank you very much. I remember when a certain werewolf didn't want to drive me around. I shouldn't have brought that up, truce. Why don't you help Hyde with decorating then, Gala? Why indeed? My job, time. Your job, time? I see. Everyone's a critic, but the truth is, Gala has no understanding of color, material, or shape. I'm a lazy interior designer at best, but Gala is an interior designer waking nightmare. Not true, I just go for functional things. That's what people say when they've got no taste. Yeah, maybe my taste in vampires is the problem here. I think your taste in vampires is your one saving grace. Ugh. You guys sounds like you're gonna be just fine. Indeed. You know, being like this all together when it's dark and damp, and feeling good and safe and home. It's a pretty rare feeling in a kind of public place. I think the kinda is key here. As far as I can remember, this has never felt like a strange space to me. It's my space that I'm lucky enough to share with other people I like. I definitely feel the same way. Thanks for that, Rootbeer. I'm glad that's how it feels to you. Our patrons' comfort has always been our priority. Goal very much achieved then. That and also you all are right. It sounds like everyone's gonna be busy with our own stuff for a while. But I can't wait to come back here and see your faces again. Whether in a week or a month or a year, I know it's gonna be a good time. Cheers to that! Here, here. You are all welcome anytime, separately or together. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you get up to. We'll definitely pop by to give you news, and to get Fury remedies, and to listen in on the drama. We can't wait to welcome you back. We stopped raining. On cue. I think the rain is over, and we've kept you up for a while already, Rootbeer. Yeah, we should all use the dry spell to get back home. Consider the night cold. You go first, guys, or we'll be stepping on each other's toes. Alright. Good night, Rootbeer. Good night. Good night, you two. Let's go, darling. Let's. Good night, Rootbeer. Thanks again for being with us tonight and on other nights. No, thank you for everything, truly. Have a good rest, Rootbeer. Will do. You guys coming? Yeah, just hold the door for me a second longer. Bay, what are you doing? I'm carrying you over the threshold, of course. That's on the way. That's on the way into home, not on the way out of the bar. I can do both. You're silly. Maybe, but I love you. I love you too. Bustling, busy, and a buzz. People whose thoughts I can hear almost as well as my own by now. Whose success and failures matter to me as much as my own. I suppose that's what it feels like to have a chosen hive. Espresso. Blacker than a moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. October 3rd. It's Umineko Day. Fire director resigned in the wake of shocking leaks. Heir of American business royalty disowned over choice of wife. Killer LJ, the new invasive species. I'm gonna check my phone first. Oh, Aqua Amanda Silver Immortal. I did not have it. What's that? I think by the end of it, I'm in this industry for the love of it, and to keep having fun is the mindset I will keep moving forward. So creepy. Aww. They get married. Aww. why I can keep saying "oh" at these fictional characters? Mr. Hyde's taking a picture of him. Still don't have all the this one is still undiscovered. Okay, somehow this feels like deja vu. Deja vu, I've been in this way. Hey, welcome, Officer Georgie. What's cracking? Aside from the thunder outside, that is. Yep, deja vu. What? Nothing, everything is fine. I have everything I need to avoid another blackout. That's good news. You know, this weather has kind of grown on me. Really? Yeah. Not something I'd like to have forever, of course. But the thunder no longer sounds so angry to me. Interesting. What does it sound like to you? No idea. Just not scary anymore. Anyway, I wanna order something. Perfect. What would you like? Make me whatever I ordered a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago? Yeah, give or take. You were promoting a new tea selection at that time. Good times. I remember it had an interesting color. I'll take whatever you gave me that day. Oh no. Should have saved. Isn't that blue pea? I'm pretty sure it's blue pea tea. Butterfly tea. A cup of anthocyanins for you, officer? What? It's what makes the drink blue. Oh, okay. Still tastes like grass, but my daughter told me this is really good for stress. Really? Are you stressed right now? Nah, don't worry. Since my daughter loves it so much, I was just trying to remind myself how it tastes. Oh, good. Well, usually blue pea is mixed with a bunch of other ingredients. It's a very forgiving drink, taste-wise. And goes well with most things. And it looks pretty. Yeah, I can see that. Cause it's tasteless except for grassy notes when you drink it straight. Right on. Does this mean you're already met up with your daughter? More or less. That's great. How are you, officer? How's work? Work, huh? Well, it's only been a couple of days since I was here. But I admit a lot has happened. A lot has happened. Oh, what did I do today? Oh? Yeah, for starters, word has spread that parking on Bourne Street is no longer safe because of the vandalism. Yeah, and I really don't want it to escalate, you know? I don't want the story of the street rewritten into something bad. Makes sense. So what did you do? What makes you think I did anything? Just a guess. Well, you're not wrong. The day after our last talk, I paid the old moms a visit and had a chat with them. Oh, what did they talk about? We talked about what could happen to them and the area due to the vandalism they committed. They were remorseful to a point, because they're upset about what happened to the remains of their friends. Right. All they wanted was to create something memorable that would stay in everyone's mind, in one way or another. Even in a bad way? That's what I thought they were going for, too. Turns out that's not the case. They just wanted to create something memorable, something that gets everyone talking. But when I gave them a hypothetical scenario with rumors getting out of control and how folks will spin the whole thing into something else, they were a bit stunned, honestly. Is it because they didn't think of the consequences that far ahead? That's right. I told them it could potentially lead to the street being closed because it would be deemed unsafe, or maybe even rebuilt into something completely different, which would effectively erase all trace left of their friend. So they decided to stop right there, right then. Interesting. But you know, I get their need to keep the memory alive, even if what they did was a bit misguided. I understood. Still, what they did was not the way to go about it, and honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this memory stuff. So that I and the world probably need to learn a lot more about fairy folk in general. I agree. So what did you do next? Did you arrest them? No. All I did that day was chat with them, because I wanted a clearer picture on everything. including the old fairy market and all. I also shared the story about my grandpa. In the end, they said whatever I decided to do, they'll accept. So I went home. I see. You know, my daughter asked what happened. Now, since she gave me a good advice on the case and everything, I told her the whole story about the street, about the tree. Wow, that's really everything. Anyhow, after our talk, I guess she started looking into the fairy folk's history. And in one of those videos she did, I have no clue what to call them. They are videos of herself packing orders while talking about stuff. Ah, I see. I reposted it on my Tomodachi a couple days ago. Ah, I see. So she basically talked to her viewers about what she learned in the video. About your case? No. Only things she has learned on her own. Got it. That's great though. You never know, maybe through her video curiosity will spread. Get everyone wondering about this piece of a disappearing history. You're right. Who knows what the future holds. Ah, Lucas. Lucas in the house, yo. Hey. What's up? And you, Pops. How goes it? Okay. All good. You're in a high spirit, aren't you? Always. Anyways, Pops, what's shaking? I think I should be the one asking you that. What's with all the excess energy? You're right, and I probably should explain. But first... Dear Rootbeer, may I put in an order? You may. Save first. Save. I'd like a blue pea latte with super cool latte art on top. Blue pea latte? Blue pea latte with super cool art. Blue pea milk? What's in the latte? Blue pea milk. Let's begin. Why can't? I don't know what I'm doing. Here. I don't know. Serve it. A cup of blue latte with a masterpiece on it for you, sir. A masterpiece, eh? I like your confidence. Anyway, cheers. Nice. Thanks, Rootbeer. So, what's up, kid? All's well, Pops. I'm waiting for the lady to arrive. Oh, so Miss Riona's coming? Yep, she should be here soon. The last couple of days has been really intense for us. In fact, I didn't sleep at all until last night. Haha. Oh, why? Let's just say we've been busy cooking up stuff. What? What is it? I know you're a hustler, kid. Your schedule is probably not like everyone else's. But I hope you won't drag others into unhealthy habits unnecessarily. Although I know next to nothing about Banshee biology, doesn't she do late night deliveries? Oh, sometimes she does deliveries until morning. Then never mind, kid, forget everything I said earlier. Phew! I was like, oh man, what stupid thing did I do this time? Nah, I was just pulling your leg. You're both adults, I was just playing around as the nosy and annoying old guy. Still, it's good that you guys are talking. Especially considering what happened the first time you two met. Yeah, not kidding. That's what I meant by doing stupid things too. Sometimes I don't slow down enough to see the forest for the trees, you know? It happens, as long as you're aware of it and take a step back from time to time. Yup. Welcome, Miss Riona. Hello. Lady, finally you're here. Good evening, miss. Hi, everyone. Was the traffic bad for you? No, not at all. I had to deliver something before I came. That's why I'm a bit late. I apologize. Nah, you're not late. I'm just early. Would you like anything to drink? Yes, please. I'd like a cup of mild coffee, sweetened with a lot of honey if you would. Coffee honey? Honey coffee? That's what I used to order back in the day. Really? So what's really been happening with you two? This kid stayed up for days for something apparently. Does that include you as well? Yes, but those are just my regular working hours. See? And I thought we were done talking about that, Pops. What the heck? I'm not done playing the role of annoying and nosy old guy, that's all. Jeez. Well, as you probably know, especially if you follow my T-Chill, we started a vlog/podcast thing. Right, my daughter watched the first episode yesterday. Did she like it? She loved it. I heard her laughing all the way. I'm glad. So, what is this vlog/podcast thing really? Yeah, please clarify. I saw you had this walk-around session in the episode. I thought podcasts are supposed to be voice only, like a radio show, but you don't need to catch it live. Well, nowadays there are a lot of podcasts with videos. Voice is still the most important part though, and we did have the carpool podcast later in that episode. So usually there will be two versions of the same episode, the voice only one on audio streaming platforms, and the full video posted on video streaming platforms. Ah, I see. Sounds difficult to create both at the same time. It must require a lot of planning, doesn't it? It does, if you're not the cast, that is. Thanks to my editing and interviewing skills, you can enjoy the action section and the voice only version all the same. I see. It wouldn't be possible to make the episode as compelling though, without Lady Riona giving us good information to make the episode work. Somehow her voice really resonates well in the mic, so it was a joy to edit it into the narration. Haha. Also, Rachel was probably the best first guest we could have gotten. We even got a sneak preview of her new singles. Our first episode got tons of views because of that. Really? That's great. But I wonder if that was cleared by her manager. Probably not, but she knows what she's doing, I'm sure. I can see why you two stayed up for days now. Sounds great, y'all. So, Miss, yes? Are you enjoying your new role as a show co-host? Well, it's interesting so far, and I'm learning a lot of new skills, so I am eager to keep working on it. All the while I keep looking for auditions and honing my craft. That's all I need to know. I might have to leave soon. Huh? Why? I haven't eaten anything substantial since this morning. It was a really busy day. Oh, word. Let's go then. You can stay. I'll just go for a quick bite and come back. Now let's just go. We're partners, right? Besides, we still have a lot of things to discuss. You're right. Okay, if you're fine with it. I think it's time for us to go. I mean, for me. Roger that. Let's get going then. See you later, Pops. Good luck with everything. You too, you too. Bye, Rootbeer. See you again soon. Goodbye. So, just you and me now. Nothing wrong with that. I have to go soon though. Duty calls. Sure. It's Freya! Hello, Rootbeer. How are you? Freya! Hey, Miss Green Hair. Hey, officer. Long time no see. I heard you've been going around the world, huh? Around the world is a bit much, but I've been somewhere. I'm glad to see you here, Freya. Well, as much as I'd like to stay and chat, duty calls. Aw, that sucks. I missed you. Well, see you later then, Georgie. Yeah, don't forget to tell Rootbeer the truth, okay? Huh? Later, Rootbeer. I will. What truth? Frey, what did you do? Let me move over there. So, my buddy, my pal, my good friend, Rootbeer, what's up? Why didn't you tell me you were coming? Before you start blaming me, it was a last minute thing. Even I didn't know I'd be back so soon. So, what makes you return sooner than expected? Well, maybe I'll tell you after a drink. Hey, do you remember my very first order ever? Espresso? Yep, you have a good memory. The first time I was here, it was raining as hard as it is now. I thought nothing was open anymore until I saw your shop. Your espresso was one of the best coffees I ever had. Thank you. One espresso for me, please. Here you go, Freya. A cup of a triple shot espresso for you. Great! Again, this deep aroma and such stellar flavors. Thanks. So, mind telling me why Officer Georgie said what he said? Which part? Something about telling me the truth? Well, about that. Okay. I'm leaving for a writer's residence soon, and it's really far away. What? I know. It was impulsive. It was something I did on a whim. I know. Me and my old buddy sent the application form like last month, not really expecting anything. But we got accepted, and somehow it's for this year's rotation, which means I need to pack and get ready really soon. It's not a scam, right? Is it? Of course not. How long is it going to be? I don't know, probably a few months. But I might try to keep traveling after that. Okay. Rootbeer, are you sad? Nope. Don't be sad while I'm gone, okay? I said I'm not sad. Aww. Anyway, tell me what's been happening all this time I've been gone. There should be a lot of juicy stories waiting for me, right? Oh, you have no idea. Spill it. Everything. Alright. So it started around 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's the ending. Aqua's still working on her game while Myrtle focuses on her job. It's clear they still have some snacks in communicating with each other, but they've made up. Silver and Amanda's trip took them quite a bit further than they expected, and pearls appeared in a number of their selfies from London, Sydney, and the Mongolian steppe. Hyde's reputation as a dreamy, sensitive wedding photographer spreads around all of Seattle, and Gallus is fond of qualifying him in those exact terms, to his obvious displeasure and secret joy. Lua and Bailey's bought a little house with a large window, a small garden, and an extra bedroom. Bailey has been using it as a workspace, but it stands ready to fulfill a whole other function when the time is right. Rachel! The Neko Shell X-Army collaboration was a success as a new single was released on time. Even though the reviews are mixed, her true fans loved it, and that's all that matters, she said. In spite of its impromptu nature, the first vlogcast was a success, especially with Rachel's appearance boosting the views. Lucas' team joined the production a few episodes later, and they're thinking about eventual coverage. Oh no! Unfortunately, the vandalism ended before the rumors could worsen. Sometimes, a lawn officer can be seen placing flowers where the dead tree once stood. It's Riona. Miss Riona, hello again. Hello. I dropped something here a long time ago, so I'm here to get it. Oh, what item was it? It's fine, I've got it. It was right under this seat. Really? Huh. I always made sure to check everything before closing, too. There are times when we simply miss things, particularly if it's a task that we have performed numerous times. That's true. I guess it's a sign for me to double check everything. It may or it may not be. I have a feeling you will find something of interest either way. There's even the possibility of gaining a complete understanding of everything. Or everyone. Pardon? I didn't quite catch that. Have a good evening, Rootbeer. Oh, okay. Have a safe trip, Miss Riona. Huh. Oh well, looks like no one else will be coming tonight. Might as well go check on... What was that? That sounded like it came from inside of the drawer. What the... The missing items, they're here. But they vanished a while ago. Now, what is really going on? Hello? You have now seen the part of image, but there are still many details of these covers. What? Yeah, kinda. That's the end, but that's not exactly all the end. Is this an Umineko reference?